Hello, friends. Hope you're having a nice day. Welcome to a very funny video. It's Lowy the Legends, recorded game edition. Typically, I do it live. Been really busy, been doing a lot of Titans League stuff, just been casting it all the time. And I haven't had the moment to be able to do my normal live thing with Lowy the Legends. So I was like, okay, we're going to dive into game submissions. I've got my scouts looking for games. And I will admit, I saw the first 12 minutes of this, immediately started cackling, and said I don't want to spoil the rest for myself, okay? So in the red, we have Careless. It kind of sounds like Careless. Careless, playing as the Koreans. In the blue, then, we've got Friendly Penguin playing as the Teutons, all right? And this is Migration. And if you've been following Titans League, if you've been following a lot of my recent uploads, there's a lot of migration action. And it's a map where you start on an island, and the goal is to eventually expand to control the mainland, right? Because it is a very long distance to get to the enemy islands. Typically, you're going to want to control the seas, which controls the waters, which is synonymous for sea. And now I sound like an idiot, but the point is if you control the water, you control the land. You control this giant, oddly shaped mainland. In fact, I mean, I guess it adds a little bit more flavor and spice, but the islands are really oddly shaped in general. This is the default version of Migration, and I feel like there's an imbalance with trees here. Let me just give me a second. Okay, we're going to double click Blue's trees. Okay, what have we got here? Roughly, okay, 19,000 wood. All right. On this side, Red's got, I didn't get any trees over there. Red's got 24,000 wood. So yeah, there's actually way more wood on this island. It's a very big, expansive little island. So anyway, sorry, I got a little sidetracked. It's very late right now. And like I said, this is not normally how I cover Lowy the Legend, so it's a bit different. Here's the deal. This is how you want to play this map, right? Obviously, you want to eventually make a transport ship to go to the mainland. Yes. In normal games. But the key, if you're learning how to play this map, is you want to use all this precious wood to make fishing ships. Because this is a map where you do not have boars for food. So the best way of you getting food is all the tasty fish out here. So early lumber camp, so you can chop the trees, get good wood income so you can dock, is the way to go. And both players have done that here. So Friendly Penguin is playing as a civilization that typically farms a lot. Very cheap farms with the Teutons. But I would say, like, you can at least aim to combine both of them. Skipping fishing ships in general just feels like a waste. Because if you can have your TC producing villagers, and then also have your dock producing fishing ships simultaneously, you'll have more eco units, those more workers. That's the idea. But yeah, man, like, pros make this map look so easy. In terms of how they balance it. Like, we have it down to a science in Titans League right now on how many fires you add, how many fishing ships, the timing, just because they're pro players. But here, it's really tough. And being 870 elo, they clearly have a solid idea of how they need to start here. But believe me when I say, because I saw the first 12-ish minutes, this turns into something rather unique. Great job from both. Have pushed in the deer thus far. Blue just working on the last one. Wasn't sure if they do that at this rank. Red is docked over here. Now, a little docking tip for you. You always want to go to a peninsula. So you want to find a piece of land that juts out, right? Red hasn't really done the best job. So, for example, if Red would have docked here, which is where the land pokes out, boom, deep fish. You do it here, boom, deep fish. You just have a much better chance at being closer to the deep fish, right? Red, his dock's not too bad in comparison to what Blue has just done, because the Friendly Penguin's dock is the opposite of what you should search for. Again, you dock here, and then you're close to fish. You dock in here, you dock in a bay, and you're going to be further away from the deep fish. Ultimately, it's not too bad. I still like the fact we're seeing these guys docking out fishing ships, but just things to think about. Red, of course, has added the fishing ships, but hasn't sent them to food yet because this game is hard. There we go. Cool. All right, so Red's saving up some food. Getting loom now, indicating that we're going to see a transport ship soon. There'd be no other reason to get loom. Villagers they're going to be armored up after Loom, and I think red is about to sail off into the darkness. Blue, simultaneously, making a transport ship. And this is just, you just can't make this crap up, okay? This was submitted in my game submissions in my Discord. So I've got an area, if you guys ever have a game, instead of emailing the email that when you find it on my YouTube channel, it says for business purposes only, instead of sending me non-business emails and spamming me with the games there, guys, you can go to my Discord and there's a whole channel for it. Check it out. This was submitted for a reason. I also don't know who submitted it. I feel like Friendly Penguin sounds like a name from our community. Koreans on a water map sounds like a name from my community. I don't know. But okay, here goes Blue. So Blue's like, listen, this game is hard. I'm going to sail to the enemy island, and I'm going to take the fight to that island. They're never going to be able to deal with that. They're never going to be able to expect it. And we know that Red's Island is a lot of open space here. So there's a lot of free real estate there for Blue. Blue is intentionally trying to go to the island, by the way. Has forgot about the sheep. I know you're all wanted to see sheep butt today. But yeah, I mean, if Blue wanted the mainland, the expansive mainland, Blue would already be there, of course, right? So, okay, wait a second. Actually, they found the enemy island. And Blue said, actually, we don't like it over there. It's very scary. So I don't know what Blue's doing right now. What I do know is that Red has hopped into transport as well and is also taking a similar path on the opposite side of the mainland and is just sailing away right now. Hasn't dropped the villagers off on the mainland yet. It's 23 eco versus 22. And clearly Blue's thought process initially was, let's take it to the enemy island. And I think Friendly Penguin said, let's instead maybe, oh boy, there's a wolf attacking. Let's instead maybe just control the 60% of the map in the middle. That's probably a better game plan. And Blue had made a barracks, okay? So now can make a stable, and this is what people are doing in Titans League right now, is making scouts to control this. Because the idea is villagers show up, and then you find them. And you kill them. So Blue's like, I'm so smart. I'm so sneaky. What a cool strat. Meanwhile, Red, a lot more daring than Blue's villager and scout. Truly going to commit here to try and find the enemy island. Now, guys, look at this from Friendly Penguin's point of view, okay? This is a peaceful little island. Sure, the dock's ugly, and it's inefficient, but we've got farms. We're Teutons. I don't use this that frequently, but this shows what's behind the darkness, right? So I'm just going to do this to give you an idea. Look at this. Look at this. It's crazy. Not once has anything been spotted. And back here, we're going to have the archer range. It fits perfectly, guys. It fits perfectly. Now, at the same time, Blue's transport's over here. Red can actually see it because Korean villagers have more line of sight. But I guarantee you, Red is only looking at this. And Red is like, oh my goodness, he's farming here. Friendly Penguin's farming here. We did it. Blue's got no clue. No clue the archer range is there. I'm going to see a sneaky little attack. Blue, meanwhile, is like, oh, you know what? I don't see anything from the enemy in the middle. I think that is definitely the enemy island because I see a dock. Let's put scouts into our transport ship. So they both have the same idea, basically. The only difference is Blue obviously made the stable in the mainland, which might be a factor later. And I had already cackled at this point. It was, forgive me, it was 15 minutes. I saw this and I immediately stopped. I was like, I don't want to spoil anything because this is an amazing moment. Blue has noticed this, okay? This is about to get really messy. I've seen people resign over a lot less. But Friendly Penguin has the motivation to be able to simultaneously drop the scouts off at Red's base. And Red is currently in the midst of what we call feeling like a god. Feeling like a genius. Already thinking of the description for submitting the game. Doesn't notice there's scouts here at all. So we've got villagers dropping on both sides. We've got panic time on both islands. This is not normal for this map at all. But this is a ridiculous game. This is Loey the Legend. This is the starting scout. Starting scout's not having it. He's like too good. Too good to battle. He's like, I am merely a scout. I'm not a warrior. Anyways, Red, my advice to you would simply be maybe look back at your base once. Life will be a whole lot easier for you in future games. But you know how it is. When you play this game, it's fun to watch the killing. Now, blue seems to have just let the scouts do their thing. And hasn't looked over here too much. I don't even know. All I know is red is down to 18 eco. But red has fortifications. So red genuinely, like, still has not looked back at home. Not even to create any villagers. Red is just staring at this. And blue's in mass panic mode. So I think Friendly Penguin is aware that a lot of damage has been done with these scouts. It's unbelievable that red isn't actually looking. Wait, red just started to create vills. Red noticed. Red noticed. Anyways, so I think blue is well aware that damage has been done here. But in order to defend at home, just queued up a bunch of militia hoping that would work. It's not actually very good against archers to queue up militia. And now, we'll see what red does. Red, got to get villagers back to work here. Red's still really focused on the front. Okay, so this is something else. There's a villager in the middle collecting gold. That's good. No more army for blue whatsoever in the middle. We'll see if red ever wants to get there. Red seems really fixated on this push still. But red, you lost 12 villagers to the scout rush. That was a little bit painful. Seems like blue is able to chill for now. But what red's trying to do is shoot down this tower. Now, what I would suggest in these moments, guys, is try and do some other things. They're obviously very tunnel vision. But, like, I think what would work really well is if red could make some navy, right? Like, blue's making a fire galley right now. That's a really big deal. Making some navy to get over to the other side, if you know the opponent has a dock, can be really helpful to kill their fish. But blue's on the way to Castle Age. Red is nowhere close. Blue forgot these villagers existed. And they want to house wall because they saw it in a video once. Well, I mean... Okay, well, red doesn't know that villager's weak. And red seems a little intimidated. It's kind of working. Militia's going to get killed off. Skirmisher's not doing too bad. Villager's going to run away. Blue's still distracted. Still curious to see what blue will do. But blue is a 7 eco lead and will be in Castle Age first. This is looking pretty good. It almost looks like maybe one of their PCs were lagging here. That actually comes through with recorded games sometimes, which is really weird. I'm no dev. I don't know how that works, but it's kind of annoying, so sorry about that. And blue's actually sailing around here with the fire, maybe looking to attack the range or something. I don't know. Also, what's that? What is that? What is that? That is super weird. That must be a weird farm bug. Why are the... I don't know what's happening there, guys. Okay? But the villagers that accomplished the tower and everything, they're still kicking over here. Still somehow doing their job. Blue has made a lot of militia. Blue, I would suggest maybe don't do that again. Make it like scouts... Or at least upgrade to man-at-arms. Okay, so I think on paper we look at blue's position. We say blue's collected a lot more resources. Yup. Blue's in the middle. Yup. But, like, I'm not sure blue is really going to know what to do with the middle control. We'll see. There's going to be knights from freaking a Friendly Penguin. What we could see is we could see knights go into the transport and then the knights go to red's base. And that could actually... Considering what happened in the previous game, the previous moment, sorry. That could actually be really bad. It's a good thing red has 8 fishing ships, because the farming eco is not really that good. I would like to see maybe another dock, or sorry, another stable at home from blue. And yeah, blue has done that. Honestly, as funny as it is that they both raided each other at the same time, and as messy as this is right now, it feels like red's attack was designed to kill the enemy and doesn't have much of a backup to it. I'm not too sure. I could be wrong here. But, you know, I feel like if blue can just get these knights over to that island, that this could be really good. Red is bringing a transport the other way around. Red is close to clicking up. Again, there's weird things going on. What's happening to the stone? What is happening? it's like, it's a ghost mining the stone. That's what it is. They're picking the stone. Weird. Probably could restart Capture Age and that would stop, but that is part of my enjoyment in this game right now, so we're just going to leave it, and you guys can enjoy it, and Red's on the way up. So Red still has a villager. Oh, God. Sorry, I had my dinner next to me. Well, what used to be my dinner. I just knocked the fork off my plate. It's all right. This is all good. I'm a little bit of a slob at the moment, all right? I apologize. I've been working hard on videos. Oh, God, the transport ship, Red! That's your escape! Okay, well, Red saw this tower was going to go down, and so started to wall this one up. But the transport ship is now gone, and wait a second. Oh, there's another transport ship. Why are we transporting that? Okay, I guess the knights that were on the main island, they wanted a piece of this. And so knights from blue show up. Still hasn't fully, like, finished this off, but they'll kill the archers. The villagers inside there probably are not going to last too long. But I'd like to see from Red here is turtle ships. Ooh, wait, now Red comes to the middle. Wow, you can't make it up. Because blue had the knights here, but was so worried about this and doesn't want Red to be a threat that now all the knights grouped up together. And so now blue won't be able to see the middle. So it's kind of an interesting strat, right? It's like, hit their islands. They're so focused on their island, they can't focus on the middle. I mean, I think blue's got the plan, though. I mean, blue's going to make a ton of knights, eventually transport them. That's what I'm waiting for. Koreans, though, can make turtle ships in the Castle Age. We're in Castle Age. Come on, Careless. You know this. You picked Koreans. You also know that you could use a market. And you could buy the stone to drop a castle. That's what you know. Oh, man, there's a TC. Oh, this is going to get interesting. Okay, so blue's hopped in. Blue's bringing navy as well. This is important timing for these villagers. These villagers are looking for a new home. They've heard good things about this island here. Okay, attack signal. This could prompt Red to make some navy. And we got turtle ships queued up, which excites me. The villagers here died, and I didn't show you. I'm very sorry. This game is moving way too fast. Lowy the Legends is too quick for me. Is Red's fishing ships going to see that? Oh, my God. Red's fishing ships see the transport. There's 3 knights in there, guys. The turtle ship's on the way. Red's fleeing with those fish, saving the other ones. Well played, Red. Did Red see that? Ah! There's the turtle! The turtle! Swim, turtle! Swim! Oh, blue! Ah! Oh, God! Get out! Get out with the knights! Oh, my goodness! That was so close! Knights can't swim, guys. Okay, so the turtles are on the prowl on water, but we've got knights here, and I'm worried for Red. But I think Red noticed that, and Red's going to make some spears. Meanwhile, Red has transported more vills here, and there is a TC up in the mainland, which has not happened for blue. And blue's just got to play this transport game constantly, which is kind of a pain. And, you know, blue really focused on the attacks right now. This is a great game. Like, I really thought Red was dead, but it took blue a little bit of time to get over here. Now blue's like, look at all these trees. I don't have these many trees. What is this? And I have to imagine this moment blue is currently distracted with something else because the knights are currently just patrolling here. A fire ship's going to go down to the turtle boy. There you go. I don't know where the other turtle ship is. Other turtle ship is still over here. All right, so Red made some spears. Just good against knights. Teuton knights are pretty heavily armored. They get the extra armor, so Teuton knight's pretty strong here. Honestly, there's not a lot of eco that blue could really find here if Red's paying attention. And Red is enough to drop a castle somewhere. Archer range will go down, so Red can't make any army there. Red's still making more spears. TC fire will help a little bit. Blue just moving around. Blue's like, he's not on wood over here. Also, there should be villagers here, but I'm not seeing anything either. Does blue see this TC? Okay, blue does not know about that whatsoever. This is intense. Look at the idle eco time. We got the pikeman upgrade on the way for Red. Just 2 It's just going to be 2 pikemen, though. 2 pikemen aren't going to be able to do it. Oh, boy. Okay, and red's going to drop a castle. And red's going to drop a castle there. Obviously, this could be denied by blue's knights, but blue doesn't know the enemy's there. Blue continues to just encircle the villagers of red starting TC. Okay, and now blue is like, okay, I've got this player. I'm going to win as long as I don't let villagers be here. And blue's actually found this. But these villagers are pretty far away, so blue can't see it. Oh, God, and now the turtle ship is killing the knights. This is insane. This is a classic game, which will allow red to breathe a little bit. You can tell blue's a little distracted with the TC. Also, there's a turtle ship on the shoreline at blue's base. You can't see the knight, but there's a knight there, and it just died. You see the body that fell into the water. It's kind of funny. Like, red needs to garrison with these villagers. You need to walk through the knights into the TC. Otherwise, you lose your TC. And red's castle is going to go up. And it's going to see blue's TC, which just sucks for blue. Like, poor friendly penguin. I feel like that town center is not going to feel too comfortable. So we have a turtle ship on the shoreline. We've got just horrible economic states for both. Red is trying to buy another castle? I think is selling everything, trying to buy another castle. Really just needs to garrison here. Just garrison in the TC. The knights will die. Might actually eject the villagers if the TC's not repaired in a second, which is just adding to the comedy of this game. Yeah, I think red wants to drop a castle that actually hits the TC. Blue didn't even know about that castle's existence until that villager tried to build a stable, and now the stable's lost and the villager's dead. What is this game? Blue has great resources. And, like, blue is farmed a bit more. Blue has done a pretty good job this game. Red's collected, blue's ahead, but what do you do with those resources? You feel very trapped if your opponent's got a castle right next to you like that. And I think low elo players, they often play with a bit of fear. So, I mean, both players have played pretty fearlessly, to be honest with you. But I think sometimes players assume their opponent knows what they're doing more than they do. It's a very easy assumption for people in this game. And when you get castle dropped, you might just feel helpless. But blue could think about Imperial Age. Red's turtle ships, they're going to group up together. They haven't seen each other in a couple years. They were like, at 38 minutes and 50 seconds, when blue clicks up to imp, we will meet here. And they had this specific location. They described the tree. So they're so close to each other, yet so far they can't see each other. But if only that turtle ship would have been looking here. I mean, this could have killed all the fishing ships, could have killed the villagers there as well. Okay, wow, this is insane. So blue is on the way to the Imperial Age. Will make it to the Imperial Age. But red is dropping castle number 2. Red, you love the market. I get it. But my only advice to you, I mean, live your life, have some fun, but maybe balance your eco. Have some working lumberjacks. All right? That's my tip to you. Is blue going to have any answer to this, though? Castle goes up. Double castle on the only area that blue has any control. And there we go. Now, blue is starting to make some navy. So blue can make enough navy to deal with the turtles. Then blue could, you know, maybe freely move around a little bit. Red can't really accomplish much to chase down these villagers because red just has one war wagon. What a crazy game. Like, I think if blue can get a castle down here-ish, red will have no answer to trebuchets. So I think the goal for blue should be to get a castle. But, well, turtles have shown up. They're going to work together now. And war galley upgrades coming in inside that dock. I mean, war galley upgrade will come in still, most likely. And so the ships here will be upgraded. It's blue's clicked quite a few of them here. Blue makes it to imp. What is red's plan? I'd like to see red be bold. Be bold with the wagons. Go chase down those vills. You know they ran somewhere. problem for red is red doesn't really have wood until now. Now we're starting to see a few more wagons. When the dock goes down, then the transport's going to go down, then the knight's going to go down. These turtles are going to kill a lot more. But blue sees that. I mean, one of the turtles is pretty weak. The other one might not be able to do much damage because he's lost his emotional support buddy. Yep, so now it's just one turtle ship. And yeah, turtle ship should eventually go down. It's going to take some time. And now blue's dropping a castle. Now blue's obviously stressed because there's a wagon and because of the double castle drop situation. And turtle ship's pretty tanky. Is that micro? Friendly penguin? Is that micro? What? Do you see that? Great moves. Dang. Yeah. Turtle ships are very satisfying to watch sink. Wagon's getting some kills, but castle's going to go up. Teuton's free murder holes, baby. Boom. And blue knows. I need trebs. I need trebs to take down at least one of these castles. Because if you advance too far, like to hit this castle, it'd need to be out here. You might need some army. You need 1,000 food to click up to the Imperial Age. And 800 gold. And I know that red's got a lot of gold right now. But I think it would be really difficult for red to be able to buy enough to get up to the Imperial Age. We do have food being purchased. Red's favorite building is the market. War wagon gets converted. So now Friendly Penguin's got the only wagon. As we even see redemption for Friendly Penguin. An interesting research to go for right now. I'm not sure what the plan is, but it does allow you to convert siege and enemy buildings. So could be an option. I like what blue's done here. Blue is Navy protecting this area so units can freely transport across, and then we've got the trebs. And what I like is how blue thought about this well in advance, right? And I just say you continue with your castles too. Once this castle's down, drop another castle here. Protects your trebuchets. Castles are a really good weapon right now. Ideally, what you do in red's position is you find a way to do something crazy on the opponent's island, or in this case on water, right? Because you actually, in this game, you just try and transport and 50-50 shot. But in theory, with no water control, it's a little risky. But you use this time to try and add farming eco, which we're seeing more farming eco than ever from red. But obviously, all that farming eco could be trebbed away, which is the concern. You could tell red... Red is like the perfect example of a low elo player because red really struggles with balance. Red had a fun strat, right? Knew like counter units and like had a nice idea, but that whole time where red never looked at home is a sign of not really like used to balancing things and going back and forth between going for army and going for eco. And that just comes with experience. And sometimes the chaotic games can make it hard to do that as well. Like, I don't know all of Red's games, so I don't know how Red plays normally. Good job from Blue. Converts a couple more units to the blue side. Trebs are going to be on this castle. We have Navy from Blue. That's still out there. Not really accomplishing much, but it is out there. 59 eco for the Friendly Penguin. 56 eco for Careless. And I'm sure Careless... I'm trying to think of a joke with the word careless. I'm sure Red recognizes this game is probably close to finished if all these villagers have to run. Now, true to the spirit of the game, I would like to see one transport castle drop on Blue's Island. I think it'd be really fun. You can run away. Like, there's a lot of space. So maybe the mistake from Red was not expanding earlier, right? I think it's so much work. Red just calls the GG and says, there's no way I can do this. In theory, had the second town center not been here, had all the farms not been here, had it all been on this side, it would have taken Blue a long time. But honestly, I think what won Blue the game were the scouts that weren't noticed for a very long period of time. Like, what was that, like 4 minutes? Because, like, the second Red actually noticed, then the scouts died to the town center and spears were added for the remaining scouts, right? So the issue here for Red is that Red lost 12 eco to 4 scouts. But, you know, losing 12 eco to 4 scouts and then still being pretty close is not bad. Red obviously struggled economically compared to Friendly Penguin, but still, I felt I had a really good game here. Definitely things to improve upon. And that's Lowy the Legends for you. So, man, that was so funny how they both had the same idea to transport. It was also interesting how Blue showed up here and then almost as if a little birdie was in his ear, like, control the mainland with the stable. Like, I saw T90 never showed the stable go here. I don't know. I don't even know if Friendly Penguin's on the submitted this or not. But I am curious, Friendly Penguin, if you do end up watching, tell me why. Like, what went through your mind when you clearly went here and then decided to go here? Was it a mistake? Because sometimes people mistakenly show up on the wrong islands in this game. That happens. I've heard. Yeah, let me know. Good game. Let me know, YouTube, what you thought of this one. Sorry again, we haven't had as much Loyal Legends recently, but I've been going through game submissions of late, going through for the best games, and man, this was phenomenal. I really had a good time. Res collected, 25k res for Blue. Again, it was the consistent wood and food eco, I think, that really did it for Blue. The cheap farms, the fishing ships, all that stuff untouched was really nice. KD is pretty close. Feudal age times are close. Castle age times were not, but that comes back to the fact that Blue farmed a bit and added those fishing ships. Blue did a really good job, honestly. I thought Blue was gonna... I guess the militia were maybe a bit of a panic reaction there from Blue. But just adding a defensive tower and then just kind of backing away, right? Giving up this area as well. A lot of people wouldn't give up this stone and gold. They'd be like, no, I need that stone and gold. Not thinking, well, you know, you can still kind of take the stone. You've got the other gold over on this side, which is what Blue did a good job of.